This is the 14th of January, a Friday, and the VIPs of Antelope Valley are gathering here at the Mojave area substation to send John Williams into retirement. He's been a great CHP officer, communicating with the different areas that his group services, and we're all happy to come here and send him on his way. And you can see all kinds of officers are out in front to check our credentials. Now, I have one of the big VIPs here beside me that I'm going to interview, and that's the head of the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Council, RMAC. Bill, what do you have to say about John Williams?
Well, I'll say it's a beautiful day today.
Yeah.
But it's also a little bit of a sad day because we're losing a really great advocate for Southeast Kern County here. John not only is a great highway patrolman, he's a very involved community member, and I know that RMAC is going to miss him tremendously when he leaves.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your comment. Good. Do you want to say something good about John?
Yes, I do. John, congratulations on your retirement. You did a great job here in Mojave, and first time I met you, you were a sergeant here, and it's been a pleasure to know you, and I wish you all the best in retirement. So,
Good. And who are you, sir?
I'm Vince Pagano. I'm the captain at the Bakersfield office.
Okay, good. How about you, sir? Would you like to say something good about John?
Sure. My name is Justin Olson. I'm the commander of the Buttonwillow area, and I had the pleasure of working with John here in Mojave for I think about a year, and it was great working with him back then. And then he promoted in place, and he's done a great job. And I wish him well, or I wish him health, not wealth. I wish him health and a long retirement. So,
well,
congratulations, John.
That's really good. Yeah, he's been great for the Rosamond community, so that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
Well, we're with Bob Slade here, a well-known person here in East Kern. Bob, what good do you have to say about John?
Well, I'll tell you a story about John. John and I were reserve deputies in county together in Rosamond. And one day we were out working. It was about noon. We came into the substation, and I told the sergeant that I was tired and I was going home. John says, well, I'd like to hang around and do something. Can I do something? And the sergeant said, sure. He handed him a ticket. He says, go out on 14th, see what you can do. Well, there you go. He's been chasing the taillights ever since.
Wonder how many he wrote that day.
I don't know. I don't know.
You can write as many as you want any day of the week.
Evidently enjoyed it because he went to the highway patrol and now he's retiring from that. I understand he's looking for a job somewhere back east as maybe a chief of police.
Well, I told him don't sell your house in Rosamond yet until you live back there 6 months. Because
winter and a summer.
That's right, because it's nice in California.
It is.
Running out of parking spaces here for the John Williams event. There's only a few more spots down there at the end. All the other spots are already filled here in the parking lot. We're here with a well-known person in Rosamond, a realtor, past member of RMAC. Kerry, what nice do you have to say about John Williams?
Well, I've dealt with John Williams for a number of years. He's always been great to work with. He's been there for Rosamond to help us out when we needed.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, just a couple rules before we start. If you could just have your cell phones down so that you don't miss anything I say. If you need to get calls, you can do it while they're speaking. Now would be a good time to take pictures. Try and get me on this side so you get my Marine Corps pin here. And then I think we're ready to go. Did you want to take a picture now, or is this live?
Live.
All right, so welcome everybody to John's retirement luncheon. John will introduce everybody later, but thank you very much for being here. All right, he's not going to introduce everybody, but some people. You know, when John asked me to MC this today, I would never miss John's retirement party. As you will quickly learn, John has done a lot for his troops and his community. They had about 2 businessmen or people that donated, which purchased about 2. So John took it over and did everything, including advertising, interviewing, background checks. If you meet some of them today, you'll see that they must have given up on the background check part of it. But in Antelope Valley, we had 25 senior volunteers, and we would get traffic complaints all the time about speeding cars and running stop signs, and we would send the senior volunteers to cruise the area, park on the intersections. I can't tell you how many phone calls I got from people thanking me for sending the Highway Patrol out there. It's a valuable program. At this time, I would like to introduce the Inland Division Commander, Chief Dan Miner.
Thank you very much. I'll be very brief in just saying that it's an honor to be here today. As the commander of a division like Inland Division, most of you probably don't care, but our division covers, it's the largest one in the state. We have a division that's larger than 12 states in the United States. So we have a lot of ground to cover, and what it means is we're very spread out. And Mojave is really what I refer to as one of our, please don't be offended to you guys that work in Mojave, but it's kind of one of our outpost offices. It sits out here kind of by itself, this little piece of Kern County that we have. And what happens when you have an outpost office like that is a guy like me sitting in my office in San Bernardino, you always have to kind of be worried, what's going on out there? What are they up to? So the best comment I can make is, I knew I had John Williams here in Mojave, commanding this office. And I can't think of a better compliment than to know that I'm able to be in my office and know that the work of the Highway Patrol is being done. It's being done in the right way, and they're receiving stellar leadership, being supervised and overseen by a guy like John Williams. And the last thought I'll leave you with is I don't mean to make this about me or the chiefs or the captains or anyone else, but the nature of our job when you ascend to a position of leadership in any law enforcement organization, especially in something like the Highway Patrol, but it's true for any law enforcement leader, is you really go to bed every night hoping that your people are safe. And if you do this for any period of time, you find yourself far too often visiting people in hospital rooms and speaking at their funerals and consoling family members about the loss that's been experienced. And when that's the experience that you have as a leader, then when you have the opportunity to come out to a place like Mojave on a beautiful sunny day and congratulate a man for fulfilling a career who's able to be upright and walk off this job with his head held high, knowing that he accomplished what he wanted to do in a career, it's a good day and it makes you feel good. So I will just leave you with my deepest congratulations to John for achieving an honorable retirement, a service retirement from the California Highway Patrol.
You know, there's a reason why Chief Minor made it all the way to Chief. That was very polite of you to call Mojave an outpost. We all know Mojave is F Troop. Hey, I was a sergeant here, I can say that. You know, John has a huge following on the social media, CHP social media pages. In fact, he has a lot more followers than some of the larger offices. He has always been dedicated to his job, and since reporting to Mojave, the area has solved every single hit and run. Of course, there are only 12 residents here, so it wasn't that difficult. I'm actually telling you all this now because he wanted his chiefs to hear about his accomplishments. At this time, I would like to introduce his Sector Chief, Kerry Clark.
Hi, I'm Kerry Clark and Chief Troy Lucas. We both came up because we were both sector chiefs for Mojave at one time. You had it before I came to Inland, and then I was able to get it when I came. And just from my experience, I just want to thank John for making my job so easy as a assistant chief, because like Chief Minor said, you know, when you have somebody who's solid, that has great community outreach, that has great relationships with our allied partners, our stakeholders, Caltrans, you know, our police departments, the sheriff's department. I never had to worry about Mojave. He told me what I needed to know. He kept me informed with things that we needed to handle. But I knew this command was in really good hands. It made my job so easy. And I'm really going to be sad to see him leave. But I'm really happy and so proud of you, because you've done a remarkable job here. And I know the squad, when I come out here and I talk to everybody, they are really going to feel the loss of a good commander, a solid commander that they can rely on, they trust, that they know is going to give them good guidance. And John, he embodies everything that the CHP stands for. He's the epitome of esprit de corps, our ethical values. So I can't thank you enough for all the support you gave me in the division of Mojave. Congratulations. I wish you all the best, whatever you decide to do moving forward. And I just hope the family knows what a great contribution that he's made to the citizens of California, to not just to Mojave, but to everybody, our whole organization, and be very proud of him, because we certainly are very proud of him.
I'll be honest, I didn't plan on coming up today, so I don't have a prepared speech or nothing, but I will say I'm lucky I have an opportunity. John Williams is one dedicated individual. We're really losing a solid lieutenant, a solid person on the higher patrol, someone I was proud to wear this same uniform and patch. John Williams is that guy for me, because he was dedicated. Whether he was here at the office, and you guys saw him here a lot, I'm sure, or he's out in the community making it a better place. That was John Williams every time here in Mojave. Anyone that went to the open house, I still say it's the best open house I've ever been to, and I've ever going to be. I'm probably here for the higher patrol. He really did a good job from his operation plan to giving free bicycles out, right? And it was unbelievable what he did here with that open house and everything he did in the community. Getting an award, for those that don't know, he got one of our top awards from the commissioner for his involvement in the community and everything he did. So John, I'm going to miss you. I didn't have you in my sector here in the last year, but always could depend on you, and everything you did for the community, you did it probably one of the best I've seen. So congratulations on retirement and going to Tennessee, and we'll miss you. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Assistant Chief Troy Lucas. Representing the Inland Division Commanders, Captain Tariq Johnson. Tariq, it's over here. You're supposed to be speaking at the podium.
Oh, I forgot, no. Good afternoon. My name is Tariq Johnson. I am the Special Services Commander in Inland Division. And it's a long-standing tradition for Inland Division for the senior commander to present the retired commander or a commander that's promoting with a plaque, just to show our appreciation for the partnership and friendships that we've established throughout the years. And so I'm new to Inland Division, but I can tell you this. When I first got to Inland Division, there was an incident out here in Mojave, or I think in one of the resident posts, and I called John, and whatever I needed, he was there. He's a guy that's dedicated, like the chief said. You always know that he's going to get the job done, and it's a testament to his hard work, and I just want to say thank you for your partnership and your friendship. And I also want to acknowledge his family for all the support as well. I know he's done 28 years, but you've also done 28 years as well, so thank you. And on behalf of all the commanders that are here today, this plaque depicts a picture of the region of all the commanders that are in the Inland Division, the chief's names, with everybody that's here when he retires. So, John, thank you so much. I'm a little short, and I wish you all the best.
Representing the great Kern County Board of Supervisors and my future board partner, Supervisor Zach Scribner.
Good morning, everyone. Actually, good afternoon, excuse me. It's an honor and a privilege to get to be here today. My district, the 2nd District, is about 3,660 square miles. It goes all the way from Taft out to Boron. And John Williams' territory covers a great deal of that district. And so John and I have had the opportunity to interact quite a bit over the decade or so that I've been on the Board of Supervisors. And one of the things that I think that John exemplifies so much is the collaboration and the partnership between different law enforcement agencies in Kern County. Because the territory that we have here in the county is so vast, there's a lot of ground to cover. And when you're in an era that we unfortunately find ourselves when it comes to law enforcement, where staffing levels are strained, particularly in our sheriff's department, that cooperation where those agencies help each other respond to back each other up becomes more and more important. And I know that our officers from California City and from the city of Tehachapi, and our chief is here from Tehachapi, know full well that those partnerships are vital. But there's a lot more to John than just that, and it's been mentioned a little bit, is his engagement in the community, his love that he has that is so evident each and every day for Kern County. I'll give you one example. We had a community cleanup in Rosamond about a month and a half ago. And so, we're there with the volunteers, with our parks volunteers, and our fire department was there, etc. And then I see there's John Williams and his son, who is a fine young man, out encouraging the volunteers, passing out waters, helping with the cleanup. And I'm going, good grief. Here's the lieutenant from the Mojave Station. He's out here at Rosamond on a Saturday helping us clean up one of the neighborhood parks. And so, John, that really struck me, and it just really showed so much how much you care about all of us here in Kern County. And so, congratulations on 26 years, and on behalf of the Kern County Board of Supervisors, I'd like to present you with this certificate of recognition for your 28 years of exemplary service and commitment to the people of California and to Kern County. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate you.
I do want to say, it's been a pleasure working with you, sir. I mean, I've never really had the opportunity to work with supervisors as well as I could with you. But no matter what we had, you always answered the phone. And every time we had issues, you helped me resolve them right away. And I just appreciate your responsiveness to the Highway Patrol, because it's important that we maintain that relationship, and you made it really easy. So thank you.
Now the hardest working district attorney in the country, and I mean that. You go anywhere, you go to any event, you go to any town hall, whatever it is, Cynthia Zimmer is always there. So.
Thank you, Brian. It is really an honor, and I think I messed up the mic, sorry. It's really an honor to be able to speak today on behalf of John, who's been here for so many years. 28 years of dedicated service to the people of the state of California. He truly cared about the people in East Kern. He really cared about those that worked for him. But he also really cared about people from all over the world who traveled on these highways coming through Kern County on 58 and 14, and many of them thinking they were just going to make their way quickly through Kern County that ended up in a catastrophic situation. And the care that he showed for them and the way that he investigated the cases is something that was so appreciated by our office. John, though, to work with, was really nice. You know, he's just really a very nice person. He's also very funny. And sometimes, you know, when you go to court and you deal with these kind of issues, there's a lot of stress involved, and he could always kind of break through that tension with, you know, something funny and appropriately funny. And I really appreciate that. But John was also very hardworking, and that Mojave is our busiest regional court in Kern County, our busiest one, over Delano and a lot of the other courts. And that's because John brings us so many cases, as well as the Tehachapi chief and the Cal City chief too. But Mojave's our busiest court, and we appreciate that. So congratulations, John. It was wonderful being the DA when you were the head guy out here in East Kern. Thank you for protecting the citizens of Kern County, and good luck in Tennessee if that's where you go.
I just want to say I do appreciate the absolute candid conversations that we've had, and maybe with CHP made a boo-boo once or twice, but but no, I do want to say my peers from around the state will complain about cases not getting filed or this guy getting off with this, and I always smile and grin and go, not in my county. So thank you very much. You give me a lot of bragging rights, so thank you.
Here to represent the greatest assemblyman in the state and our former CHP sergeant, Tom Lackey, is Miss Pam Bach.
Thank you so much. The assemblyman's duties called him, kept him in Sacramento late, or he would have been here, but he has already talked to John, and he sent me a text to share with all of you. So I will do that. He wanted you to know that he is thankful for the years of positive example that John has been, and that working with him was a pleasure. As an officer and a fellow sergeant, he's a great friend and a coworker. And I only met John today, but I have this very large, very wordy, resolution. And I just want to read a couple things, because it was, spoke to all the things that I've heard already. That he demonstrates honesty, integrity, professionalism, and leadership in all of his varied assignments. The paragraph that is the largest is the one that tells about all the wonderful things that he does for the community, including the Chips for Kids, Tip a Cop, Special Olympics, trash and graffiti removal, A to Z. It's in this paragraph. And if his family didn't know how amazing he was, they can look at this later. He can show them and remind them. But I would like to read the last paragraph from the Assemblyman. It is resolved by Assemblymember Tom Lackey in the state of California that Lieutenant Commander John Williams of the California Highway Patrol be honored on the occasion of his well-earned retirement, commended for his superior record of dedicated and highly effective law enforcement service, and extended sincere gratitude and a special public appreciation. Signed, Thomas Lackey.
I'll talk to Tom next week after we have lunch, and I know he's fishing.
Thank you.
To represent the Kern Chiefs of Police, the Chief of Tehachapi, Chief Kent Kroger.
Really an honor to be here with my friend John. We've worked together for several years in Tehachapi, been through quite a bit together. Quite a number of phone calls at 2 a.m. in the morning, and John's always been there to help us, anything that we've needed. We worked a number of special events, Grand Fondo, a number of parades. The one thing about John that stands out for me is just his dedication and how hard he works. He'll call me on a Saturday afternoon, and he's working. He calls me on a Sunday, and he's working. He calls me Friday night at 2 a.m., and he's working. He's always out there. He's always out there with his troops. He always supports his troops. Anything that we needed in the city of Tehachapi, he was always there for us, and he's just been a great partner. And again, most importantly, we developed a really strong friendship over the last several years. I've been through, I think, three or four CHP commanders here in Mojave during my time at Tehachapi, and John stands above all of them. Just a fantastic job that he's done here, and it's really been a pleasure to work with him, both for the city of Tehachapi and the current Chiefs Association. He's been a great part of that organization as well. And I've got two presentations for John, one from the current Chiefs Association. This is presented to Lieutenant John Williams, California Highway Patrol, in appreciation for 28 years of dedicated service to law enforcement. Congratulations on your retirement from the Kern County Chief Law Enforcement Officers Association. And then also I have one from the city of Tehachapi and the Tehachapi Police Department. Lieutenant John Williams, in recognition of your distinguished service to the residents of Tehachapi while serving as the Mojave CHP commander. Throughout your assignment, you have consistently performed outstanding work and been a dedicated partner of the city. The citizens of Tehachapi join us in congratulating you on this momentous occasion and extend sincere best wishes for continued success and happiness in all your future endeavors. And that's sound by Mayor Phil Smith and myself. One more thing, those of you who know John, John is really big into challenge coins. So I've got a challenge coin from the city of Tehachapi. Funny story, John gave me a tour of the station one day, and we sat down at his desk, and he's got his dish with his challenge coins. I was here just for, I thought, a 15-minute visit. It turned into about 3 hours because he had to explain to me each challenge coin and how he got it. So you can so you can add this to your stories, all right?
Well, what Kent and I've got is we actually met over 18 years ago, his prior job at the LASO. And we actually had a great working relationship. And my wife would like to thank you, by the way, for calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning. Appreciate that. Chief, John reassured me that he's still going to be calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning. So. Anybody here from the Kern County Law Enforcement Foundation? Cindy, what did you do to this thing? I know. Do we have a plaque here? Okay. Yeah, they're supposed to be. Okay, just a quick. John has moved around a lot with the Highway Patrol, which anytime you promote, that's usually what you find. But he started out as a Kern County Sheriff's Deputy in July of 1994, and he worked there for 2.5 years. He graduated from the CHP Academy on March 13th, 1997. Don't worry, I'll tell you when to clap. And reported to Altadena, then Newhall. Then he went to Antelope Valley in 1999. The highlight of his career occurred in December when a new commander checked in on December 1st, 2000. Oh, that was me. He worked special investigations in the Southern Division Investigative Services Unit, and then he promoted to sergeant on May 1st, 2006, and was lucky enough to go to San Francisco.
He must have really enjoyed it because he transferred to East LA from there. Then Newhall, back to Antelope Valley, and Mojave. He promoted to lieutenant and the area commander of Mojave on January 1st, 2016, and today is his last day. Now, from the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Committee, Mr. William Parkman.
Janine, would you give me a hand with this, please?
We make things better.
Today is a very beautiful day today. The sun's out, wind's not too bad for Mojave, but it's a little bit of a sad day for us here in the folks from Rosamond, because this man is one of our biggest supporters. We've had issues come up, and I could count on John to jump in the middle of it. One of them was the overpass over the 14 freeway at Rosamond Boulevard, and he helped fix a potentially dangerous thing for Rosamond Elementary School, and we got some things done right away. So in appreciation for that, John, from myself as well as the other directors of the Rosamond Municipal Advisory Council, we want to thank you for all your support, and this is our token of our appreciation. You're welcome, John. We have when you decide to come back.
Yeah, you know, we're not staying, unfortunately, but take a look at that. It's beautiful. I'm going to set it under here so we don't drop it. You know, thank you, sir. I do appreciate, because, I mean, obviously, you're all volunteers. You come out, you care about the community, and whenever myself, the Sheriff's Department, Fire Department show up, you give us the time we need, you ask the appropriate questions, you give us the problems that come up so we can fix them. So you actually help make us better and make the community better for what you do. So thank you very much for what you guys do too. Thank you.
Mr. Parkman, thank you for your service as well with the Navy. Occupying the best rank on the Highway Patrol, Sergeant Debney.
Good afternoon. I've only worked with Lieutenant for just a few months, but I think any of you can look around this facility and see what an outstanding facility this is, how well maintained it is. And the squad is the exact same way here in Mojave. It runs like a well-oiled machine. And that's a testament to this man's leadership. And so, on behalf of the Sergeant Squad, we just want to present you with a small token of our appreciation. We want to wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, sir. Thank you very much. It's just a Rubik's Cube. So, Mike is taking over as the acting commander for a short while. And to assist him in his next few months, here's a keyboard that at 2 in the morning, when you have to send a message to the chief to let her know about the road closure, you can use the keyboard on your phone. You don't have to use your fingers at 2 in the morning.
And now occupying the busiest job on the patrol, Mojave's Office Supervisor, Vicki Acosta.
I had to put it to paper because I'm not a public speaker, but Lieutenant Williams, it's been a great pleasure knowing you and working for you. I am honored to be your OSS-1. You are truly blue and gold at heart and treat everyone with respect, and you have been the only lieutenant that has ever included us non-uniform clerical, as I can say, as equals and invited us to attend such events as the Kern County Fallen Officers Memorial in Bakersfield, the Caltrans Fallen Workers Memorial up in Bishop, drove us to see the beautiful Bakersfield office and comm center, and numerous other events. That has made us feel included as equals and let us experience events we have never been included in previously, and that really means a lot to us. You are also the only lieutenant that I have personally seen that is very hands-on here in all hours of day and night and stays late and comes in on weekends, holidays, to make sure your command is running smoothly, and that's a true leader. You are not only a wonderful boss, but you are also a dear friend and helped me and my family through some difficult times, which I'll always be grateful for. You have a great foundation here, and the next commander has big shoes to fill. I wish you a joyous, well-deserved retirement, and knowing you, Cherie, already have your bags packed and are ready to get out of California. On behalf of the non-uniform, Kathy, Tristan, West, and myself, here's a little token of appreciation.
You know, it's not easy being non-uniformed. I'm serious. And, you know, they work so hard, and unfortunately, they don't have the same benefits that us officers get. And we tried really hard, and I'm glad you saw and appreciate that. But I also got to tell you, they work so, I mean, I have called her on moment's notice. I need this, and I always get it. I get it quick. You guys are a phenomenal squad. This office couldn't run without you guys. And I do mean it. Every time I show off the office, I always say, here's where the real work is done. And I mean that. That's where the real work is done, is non-uniform, because you guys really, you process all that paperwork we do, and it's so much work, and it's so hard, and I know it is, and it is, and I just appreciate you guys very much. So thank you for this. I'll cherish it.
Representing the California Association of Highway Patrol, Officer Ward.
Lieutenant Williams, on behalf of the Association of Highway Patrolmen, we'll be presenting you with this beautiful plaque. And also this picture frame here with your ID on it. This will be for your wife. And on behalf of the office, we'd like to thank you for being our commander. You've been a really good commander for this area. So we do have a gift for you. And also on behalf of your special duty officers, we do have something for you.
By the way, this guy's wearing like 8 hats, so he's running around here all last several days just taking care of business. So he does a phenomenal job.
This picture is very unique to our area, so I'd like to present this to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, I'm going to lean this right here so I don't drop it. You know, thanks from Mojave Squad. Thank you guys. Listen, I truly appreciate you guys. I know we always talk about more with less and working hard, and you guys You guys are always pulling us through. Whenever I hear the calls, and no matter how short-handed we are, no matter what's going on, whether it's COVID or mudslides or earthquakes or whatever it is, you guys always pull it out, and you guys do a great job, and you guys made me look good, so thank you very much for doing that. But seriously, I truly know how hard you guys work, and I truly, truly appreciate it, and thank you for those. I'll cherish those. Thank you.
Okay, you saw that the association gave Cherie that nice picture frame, so Chief, I'll get you another one, but if I could get that back from you. So this way she can put this in her picture frame. I just gave it to the Chief, but now I have to take it back. I'll get you another. Okay, now I talked earlier about how valuable the senior volunteers are to the California Highway Patrol and the community. I'd like to introduce Mr. Victor Yaw.
Well, everybody stood up here and said what a great person John is. When you work close with somebody and you're not being paid to do it, you have a lot of respect for them and their program. And from our group to your family, we didn't get you a plaque. I've been in volunteer groups for over 50 years. And I think that the family deserves as much credit as you do because they support you in what you do. And when you're gone, they think of you. Oh, and there's a lot of times when there's things that go on, and it's during the holidays when everybody's got to be with family. We're not able to do that, and we understand that. That's why we got this for your family, so you can go out and take them to a nice dinner. And so,
Well, that's one, I don't want to keep repeating myself in different ways, but we really couldn't run well without our senior volunteer program. When I got here, we only had a couple, and we've expanded the program to 18. And I got to tell you, the folks that we have are true givers. When I came in here on Thanksgiving, the office was full of volunteers putting boxes together and getting ready to go deliver them to families. When every time I turn around at all of our toy drives and everything we do, it's always volunteers right there just helping out and taking care of us. And I truly, 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 I appreciate the big hearts that you guys have. I appreciate everything that the volunteers do because I truly mean that I could not run this office as smooth as I do without you guys. So thank you. We'll have fun. Thank you.
Representing the Mojave Chamber, Mr. Ted Hodgson.
Lieutenant John, I represent the Mojave Chamber of Commerce, also on a number of groups, have a number of volunteer hats on. My picture does here. I'm with the Mojave Elks and also with the school board. And John has helped in so many different ways for all those groups over the years. And especially the Elks, every year there's volunteers, myself included, come down and pick up toys from the CHPs, and we hand those out to the students. And Santa contacted me and wanted to thank you so much because he's one of the benefactors of being able to hand out a lot of the toys we've had down at the Elks over the years. I wanted to thank you very much for that. And one of the things I found out talking to Johnny, he'd come to the Chamber of Commerce meetings, that we had a connection. I used to work with his father out at the Borax plant. I had no idea. So that goes back a few years. So on behalf of the Mojave Chamber of Commerce, congratulations on your retirement. We appreciate your many years of dedicated service to the community of Mojave. And John, good luck in Tennessee. We thank you very much for coming to all our meetings. Thank you so much.
One of the biggest honors I've ever got to do was swear you guys in a couple years in a row, and that was pretty phenomenal for me. I don't normally get that chance, so thank you for allowing me to do that too. It was nice. Thank you.
From the Mojave Transportation Museum, Ms. Kathy Hansen.
I'm a short person, so I'm going to I'm only short on one end. I want to thank Commander John Williams for always supporting Plain Crazy Saturday. And the Highway Patrol brings a squad car out, stickers for the kids. And it's just a great opportunity. It's a recruiting tool, actually, in my opinion. Because kids are always so excited, and they let them sit in the car. And the officers are just fabulous. Thank you, John, for always supporting us. We thank you for your ever constant support, and we appreciate you. Wish you the best in your retirement. And you got to say Tennessee right. It's Tennessee. And we want you to have a Plain Crazy Saturday hat.
You know, I was not in the Air Force. I didn't know anything about airplanes, and I go out to Plain Crazy, and I look at these little things, and I say to myself, how do these fly? I don't know. Some of these things, they scare me, but I learned a lot from you, and really, some of these planes are just amazing. So I actually enjoyed coming out on Saturdays. It was a good time. So thank you.
Okay, so far everybody has been very nice to John. But now it might get ugly as I introduce his family. Starting off, his brother Jeff Williams.
Well, there's a lot to say, but I won't bore you guys with all the details. John and I started our respective departments the same month, and I worked for LA County Sheriff's, and it's offered some playful banter over the years, back and forth, discussing little policies or guidelines or whatever they are. And we've had a really good time with that. And you know, there's just so much to say. You know, the fact of it that everybody that is here shows you know, how hard John worked and how well he's received. His work is he works really hard, and he deserves made it. And I do have some stuff to say, but like I said, I'm going to keep it. Get you guys. I did want to worry him, but I won't keep it. No, but I'm very proud of him. He's really done a good job, and he loves what he does. I don't know how he's actually going to leave it, but he says he's going to. And I helped him build his last house, but he's going to need a bigger wall in his den for all these plaques. And I'm not helping you with that. But anyways, very proud of him, and I'm really glad to be here.
I just have to tell one quick, super fast story. It's a good one, though. No, he was a detective in Lancaster, and I was sergeant in Lancaster, and he was a really bad guy, did some really bad stuff. And he said, hey, keep an eye out for this guy, and called me on my phone, and so I put it out to all of our units. And myself and another officer just happened to drive by the house he said to, and the bad guy was there, and we actually set up a containment, kicked the door in, ran in there and got him, got the gun. The victim was hiding in the closet, and we saved her, and it's pretty phenomenal. And the only reason why we were able to pull that together was just by phone, between him working and I working. And I could tell you a million stories, but I'll tell you that was really nice having my brother right there, and it was really cool. And one last thing is when I was working out here, I was out here first, taking people to jail, and then when you showed up out of the jails, everybody was like, oh, you're John's brother. And he's like, no, I'm the older one. I'm his brother. So he didn't like the fact that I was here first. But yeah, I took a lot more people to jail before you did.
I don't know how they could tell you were brothers by looking at you. Okay, now the person who got all the looks in the family is Sister Sue Williams.
I told you a couple of days ago, let's see when you're But you know, when we were kids,
office now. We're at your funeral. I mean, your retirement. Oh boy, my mind just went totally blank. But I never thought of you as being a cop, John. And I know I've told you this many times before. I can never picture you being forceful or yelly or scary or anything like that. I mean, and I can never picture you being in a fight. You've been in a fight before, right? I'm just fact checking. Okay, all right. But see, it's hard for me to picture that of you because I've always just seen you as being my brother who is always there, I mean, you're my hero, not because you're pulling babies from cars or saving lives by pulling drunk drivers off of the road or, pulling swords out of stones or being the prince of England or anything like that, but because you've been really good to me. You've been my best friend, and I could never have made it to life without you, seriously. You're just an amazing brother, and I've told you these things many, many times before, so I know it's no secret to you, but I just think that the world needs to know what a good brother you are. You're so amazing, and I know that if Grandma were here, she would be sitting in the front row with her camera, and Mom would be sitting next to her, and our brother Marty, well, that guy, he'd be bending back like this and going, "Hey, bro, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, man." And I know he's looking down from heaven right now and saying, "Proud of you, bro." And I'm proud of you, and I'm just really excited for you because you and Cherie and the kids have all earned this retirement. You guys have, Cherie, while the job took you away from the family, Cherie was holding the fort down. She was, you're just amazing, really. And so you have both earned this retirement together, and I'm so excited for your future. Your futures, your horizons. You're going to go out and see the world, and I'm very excited about that. And one more thing before you key down for the last time. I love you, and I'm very proud of you, and I really appreciate you, and I don't know how to end this, so I'm going to just keep rambling on and on and on. I love you.
She knew I was going to be a cop, by the way. I was the typical little baby of the family, and I would walk into the rooms and go, "What are you guys doing?" I'm telling Mom and Dad. What are you guys doing? What are you guys? So that's how she got that.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to embarrass you.
Okay, I want to introduce his son, who is already a hard charger like his father. Justin Williams is currently a sergeant with the Explorer Post, and he also started with the Mojave area. I recently heard that Justin is going into the Air Force. Is that right?
Woo! Yeah!
I just heard something the other day where they said, I heard that they were going to allow women in submarines. And I thought, what's next? Men in the Air Force? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I think I'm outnumbered. Any Marines to help me out here? Just kidding, Justin, and we're proud of you. He didn't really want to speak, but we're making him because he is on the highway patrol and we get to tell him that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for showing up. It's a really good day for my father. He's really happy. All my life, all I've known is the California Highway Patrol. Ever since I was a little kid, I would go working with him for different CHP events such as Chips for Kids, Battered Women's Shelter, just to name a few. And in fact, there's this one moment that I remember in particular. It was about 10 years ago. We were doing a Christmas toy giveaway. And there was this kid. He was opening up his present, and it was a basketball. And it wasn't anything special. It wasn't crazy basketball. It was just a normal basketball. But this kid was so happy that he got this one basketball for Christmas. And I was a little kid at the time. I was probably like 9 years old, and I was confused. I asked my dad, I'm like, Dad, why is he so happy that one basketball. We have several at home. Well, then it clicked to me and it occurred to me, the unfortunate circumstances of people that live in our communities. And the programs that my dad did was such a great impact on the community, and he just did so good for everyone. So, thank you. Have a good day.
That was a great moment as a dad to watch your son click and understand the gift of giving. It was huge. He's going in the Air Force. He wants to go into security forces, so he wants to go carry a gun and be a police officer. He also wants to join the Highway Patrol when he gets out. So, smart kid. I have a gift for you, son. I carried this my entire career. It's got your name on it. From me to you. I'll keep you proud.
It's obvious he's going to be very successful. Because she's so important, his daughter Ashley Williams actually had somebody fill in for her to speak for her today. Her grandfather and John's father, Mr. Bob Williams.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. First of all, I'm not a speaker. This is the first public speech I've ever given. And it's an honor, especially at this time. And again, I thank you all for being here. Now, I have 4 wonderful sons. Sue spoke of the one that's not here in person, but here in spirit. His name was Marty. He's my oldest son. And Sue said some wonderful things, and I'm very proud of her speech. And I want to say that my 3 sons here, or my 2 sons here, very proud of them for what they represent, who they are. They're both law enforcement officers. I'm not a great speaker, and I'm going to try to keep it short, but I remember my son sitting in his room one time doing his computer in his office room, and I didn't know he could sing, but all of a sudden he blurts out with, "I'm a highway patrol man, I'm a highway patrol man." Boy, he just shocked me. He is so proud of being an officer. As Sue, my daughter, said, that he went knee-high to a grasshopper. He said, I knew, without him even saying anything, that he was going to be a police officer. I just knew. Kept telling his mom that. And but I'd never say anything to him or around him about it. And here he is, so proud of him. I myself spent 13 years with volunteers in Antelope Valley. And with my partner, Mickey Blanks. Is he here? There he is. Go. Good to see you, Mickey. Oh, yeah. 13 years we enjoyed what we did, serving the community as my son did. And that's what John was always about, community, about people, and supporting people. I've known him to driving down the street and see somebody that was homeless, perhaps, and stop and give them water because they looked like they needed it, or maybe a sandwich or something that he had with him, because he cared about people, he cared about the community, and you know what? Because of his caring, I care too. And a lot of you probably know me or remember me in the volunteer, and it's sure good to see you all. There was another thing or two, but I remember my first ride along with John. At that time, we had Captain Brian Smith at the Antelope Valley office, and he allowed me, permitted me to do a ride-along with John. And I really enjoyed it because that was something that's to get in the vehicle, and suddenly John's countenance, when he buckled that belt, he says, time to go to work, and his countenance just changed. He meant he was all business. And he's never stopped. And he's about all you. He's about all you here. The community and the people that he's been with and around. And so for that, I'm very proud in my heart. He has a bigger heart than I have in body. So I love my son, John. I love both my sons and all my children. And I thank you all for being here. My grandkids, wonderful. So what a great gathering. And all of you keep on keeping on. Oh, another thing I want to say. Because, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm long-winded. I'm showing off here. But I'm going to make this one real quick. After what he went through at 9 months in the academy, I had such, and experiencing with the Highway Patrol, I have such respect for what you had to go through and what you're going through. And you just keep up the good work, and God bless you all. Thank you.
You know, I had the longest academy. Everybody's academy after me was much less. I had it hard. You know, he was a senior volunteer, and it was interesting because having your father as a volunteer and I was a sergeant, and so it was very unique because that relationship between father and son. When the clock hit, it was all business. He was Bob, and it was unique, but it was actually kind of fun too, going out and having my dad, you know, out there helping me with traffic control at scenes and stuff. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad you did it for the 13 years you did.
Hey, Bob, great job for your first time. I think you're a natural. Okay, John's wife, Cherie, wanted to speak, but my pizza's getting cold, so I think we're probably just going to skip her.
I started out, I've written about 15 or 16 speeches so far and ended up scrapping them all. I knew everybody was going to talk about stories about John, and I have all the stories too, the good ones, the really heartwarming ones, the sad ones that nobody will ever forget, the funny ones, and even the ones that where you go, you know, remember when that incident or that thing occurred? You want to know the real story? It's a good one. But I decided I just wanted to focus on the last couple of years he's been here. He started out, he was on the lieutenant's list, and we agreed that he wasn't going to move anywhere this time. He was going to stay put, and stuff came along and really wasn't much within drivable. Drivable soon became about a 3-hour commute. If he could make it 3 hours back, that became drivable, and even that wasn't working out. There wasn't a lot happening, so he comes to me one day and says, I have a plan. I'm going to transfer as a sergeant to Mojave, and then I'm going to promote in place and take that guy's job. And I went, wait, what? So, that's not generally how this works around the Highway Patrol. And he said, no, really, I'm going to do it. I go, okay, you're going to show up at Mojave as a sergeant, make a good impression, transfer in place as a first day lieutenant into the commander position. And he said, yep, that's what I'm going to do. I went, okay, you got my support, let's do it. And can you believe it? It wasn't too long after that. The position became available. He worked his butt off in this community, in this office, do everything he could to learn, and he got the position as a brand new lieutenant right into a commander management position, which I don't think I've ever seen that before, and promoted in place, which is quite impressive. It speaks a lot about who he is and the kind of impression he makes on people. He truly is a community member, and he cares about this community. From day one, even as a sergeant, he got out, and he actually, before this, believe it or not, he was fairly shy and reserved. He wouldn't get, I know, it doesn't seem like it, right? I know. But he came out of that on purpose because he knew that this position was going to take somebody who could speak in public and could communicate well with people. And he worked on it, and he spent the last 6 years truly being a member and helpful in this community. This office went from the place where the lieutenant commander works to that's John's place. The community knows him, and everybody's the same. Whether you're a politician or you're a grocery store clerk, they all come to him as equals. Tell him what a great job he does, they're thankful for him, and ask him if they need help, and he's been there to do it. And I'm just really proud of you. You've done an amazing job. Thank you.
Sorry this is taking so long, folks. Thank you. Anyway, I appreciate it. I know you guys have given up your afternoon, and thank you all for coming out here. This is taking a long time. So, my wife, she doesn't have a lot of purses, but she likes certain purses, and they're all different types of personalities. She goes, I have to be able to choose my purse, and I get it. So, I went out and bought her a purse without asking her. So I don't know if she's going to like it or not. But I also want to say that she's, the one thing that everybody says, and the one thing that's missing is that I wasn't at home a lot. And, something's got to give, right? So I think if I regret anything, it was maybe I should have been home a little bit more. But she carried the house. She carried the animals. She carried the house. She broken pipes. She would call me. I just fixed a pipe out in the yard. Or how come you didn't answer the phone? I'm out dragging the property on the tractor. I mean, she's doing it all. And every time I turn around, I've always got my laundry done. I'm always late for dinner, but it's always ready. It's usually in the microwave waiting for me. So I just want to say I'm so grateful that I met you. You've been with me the entire time. I mean, I met her when I was deputy sheriff, and she stayed with me. I was Kern County moonlighting as a security guard to make the bills, guys. Sorry. Got a huge pay raise when I went to CHP. Sorry. Hey, man, we all had applications. Let's go. All right. Don't be jealous. So, anyhow, I just want to say that I really appreciate you, honey. I got you a purse, but it's not actually the purse. I actually got you something else. I know I'm always late, and you're almost always checking your watch. So I have an Armani watch I'd like to give you. So now when we go to Vegas, you can go to Vegas in style with your new purse and your new Armani watch. I figure she deserves a watch for retirement, like I do.
I'm a little disappointed because I saw that Armani box and I thought it was for me for hosting this today. Well, now the person that we've all came to see, last day of our commander here, John Williams.
Listen, thank you everybody for coming out. I mean, thank you, everybody back here. I mean, you guys have a lot to do. I know your schedules are busy. You've got a lot, everything. I mean, thank you. I know what you guys are getting up to be here to listen to this, to sit in the sun. Sorry, I know it's went a little bit longer than we anticipated, but for everybody else out here, thank you for coming out here, truly. If I didn't get a chance to shake your hand personally, it's because there's so many people, and I'm so grateful that you all came out here. And
couple things is, the microphone and the music after this. I want to say John Garcia, thank you for helping me with this. This is not our microphone, and the chairs you're sitting in, more than half the chairs came from Carl's Hardware. Eric, Sam, wherever you guys are, I don't see you, but you're here. Thank you for the chairs. Oh, there you are, being shy. And then Wes, our auto tech. Wes, if you're over here, you got us some more of these chairs from your local church. And the point of that is, everything I have here, community members, you. I truly appreciate it. What a great last day, to be surrounded with coworkers and friends and family. And hey, not bad, right? Somebody turned the fans off earlier, the big fans, and it seems like the wind has slowed down. So,
We put a call in for
yeah, put a call in. Thank you for that. But no, I do. There's just so many people that have helped me along this way, and there's a lot of names that didn't happen, and all the way up through my ranks, I had, you have Brian Smith. You were huge and helped me out, and I did appreciate how you said, let's start the senior volunteer program. Let me know when they're going to graduate so I can be there and read the speech. That was good, but that gave me the experience. I've never heard of a 501c3 until I had to learn it. And thank you for that. And there's so many people here that have helped me, and I've called and said, hey man, I think I blew it. What do you think? And Royal Johnson's like, yep, you blew it. I don't want any part of this. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Royal. But I've called you guys, all my peers, and I've asked you guys for your advice, and you guys have all been there for me. And for my subordinates, again, you guys work so hard for me. Everybody in this command. This command is not John. It's everybody working hard together. And we really couldn't do it without the community members. Couldn't do it without all of you. Couldn't do it without just search and rescue. I mean, we had a load of weed that came in that was a huge U-Haul truck, and the bad guys didn't even have the courtesy to bag it up. So search and rescue came to the day and helped us unload it. I mean, just amazing. Everybody just steps together and helps the Highway Patrol and helps me out. And I hope the new boss comes in. Hope you all can have the same working relationship with them. FBI, thanks, Joel. Every time we had, that we all the active school shooting practices we did, the Strata launch, the spaceship trip down, and the mudslides, guys. Remember that? Was that something? 5 days of the 58 close. We had buses from Edwards Air Force Base. We had buses from other communities. We had churches opened. Everybody came out and helped and brought us food and water. And the earthquakes, amazing. Everybody stepped up. And I mean, you guys are a great community. And I just want to say thank you for helping me. And like I said, it's all on you. It's all on you. And so thank you very much. The list of people that say thank you is just too long, except for just one more time to my family. Thank you for your support. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I truly appreciate you. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go ahead and what we want to do, and I know I'm probably stealing his thunder, but I got the mic now, so we're good. We have a bunch of pizza and sodas inside, so if you guys are hungry, we're going to start wrapping this up. There's one thing the Highway Patrol does that's a great tradition, and if somebody could give dispatch a head up, we got 1 minute warning. We do what's called a final 10-10, so it's where the last day that we're on the job, we get to go on the radio and tell dispatch that it's our final day. We're finally 10-10. We're off service. And I'll tell you, it's a really important thing that we get to do, and kind of brings me back to the first time I ever got on the mic. I remember I was a brand new officer and I'm holding it, and all I had to do was say Los Angeles 98, whatever I was, 53, 10-8, and I must have said it 1,000 times in my mind before I actually keyed it up, and I still screwed it up. But it's funny, you go from that to your very last one. So this is kind of a big moment for us. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start the car behind us here. I'm going to get on the mic. I'm going to say my final 10-10. If you listen up, you'll hear dispatch talk. I'm going to bring the mic in there so you guys can hear what dispatch says. And then after that, we're just going to pretty much wrap it up. And if you go inside, there's some slideshows going that has a bunch of photographs. Some of you are going to be in the photos. And there's also pizza, sodas, and just feel free to hang out. There's also another little clip that's like a minute or 2 minutes long that they're going to do right away that my wife says is a surprise, so I don't even know what it is. So we're going to go ahead and do the final 10-10. Then we're all going to go inside and eat and grub, and everybody bounce out when you need to bounce. Okay? So let me do that right now. Rich, you got some thoughts? Okay. This was fun for the last month and a half. By the way, I never spit in this car. Never. Test. Bishop, 59 out. Microphone not working? Is it when I clear it here? It's not working. Dispatch isn't hearing me. I can't hear anything.
Turn the volume up, John.
We got to write my car up. It's not working.
They've already disconnected you.
Are the code 3s working?
Yeah.
You're getting feedback from your microphone that you're carrying.
I can't hear what he's saying. Can you try it at the window?
Go ahead. Roll up the window and close the door. Turn the mic off. Sheree, give us the mic.
Over the last several decades, you've saved countless lives. You've patrolled the streets of Los Angeles and protected the bridges of San Francisco Bay. You've handled emergencies at the top of the Tehachapi Mountains and chased gunmen through the valleys of the Mojave Desert. During your tenure as the Mojave Area Commander, you made lives better within the communities you served. You provided food, clothing, and toys to the underprivileged members of all 14 communities within your jurisdiction. Additionally, you implemented numerous projects that enhanced public safety through education, enforcement, and engineering. Community members and your subordinates often rave about your high level of competence and dedication to the CHP and the communities we serve. Thank you for your many years of service and enjoy your much deserved retirement.
It worked earlier. Okay, even if you have to go, the first little video, right, that they're going to do. So if everybody could go, let's make our way in there. Even if you have to leave, at least watch the 2 real quick clips, and then it's up to you. Have some pizza. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and be careful driving home.